Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. So today on Sandswept Journeys, we are going to be opening up and looking at our new solar light to display our Big Red numbers on the front of our trailer. This product is from the airboardshop.com. The wonderful people over there did give us a discount for this, but we are not sponsored by them in any way. And it's going to go over what we bought, what comes in the box, and I'm going to show you how we put it together. Now, all I did was take the outer wrapping off. I have not looked inside. I really don't know what's going on yet, so bear with me. I don't normally do unboxing. It's not one of my thing, but I just wanted to show you what you're going to get when you receive this if you decide to order one. This is specifically for Airstreams. I guess you could use it for another application if you wanted to put something backlit displayed on any of RV for that matter, but very clever idea. So you get this metal plate, and this hangs over the rock guard. It's got a channel on it and allows you to hang it over the rock guard, and it's got Velcro on here. So the device will actually Velcro to this in some capacity. Like I said, haven't taken it out and looked at it yet, but pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so this is the box that comes in the box, and they put their logo on it right here, airboardshops.com, and great people over there. I'm going to go ahead and open this. It's obviously been opened by somebody, so I'm assuming they put something in here, especially instructions, because they weren't anywhere else. I'm going to open this up, and here comes the instructions right here. It's a box. Unboxing completed. So this is called the Shine Bright with Streamlight, and this is a user manual, and it does show you some, give you some information. So let me show you this little corner down here. That's what we're looking for, and on the back, that's the picture of it on the front of the Airstream right there. Okay, so that's what we're shooting for. On the instructions, if you look right here, you've got a little Q code. So I'm going to scan that Q code and see where that takes us. Hopefully it's to more instructions, but let's take a look and see. Takes us to their website. So let me put this down here and let's see what we got. Okay, so right here, right off the bat, that's what we purchased. So I'm going to click on that real quick. If I can get it to open. There we go. So this is what we purchased. This is the Streamlight solar-powered 5-number Big Red number light for Airstream trailers. And that's what it's going to look like when we get done, hopefully. And we did get the black one. I guess it comes in silver too. And there again, it shows you what it looks like on the front of the trailer. And got some different mounting options in there. And I don't want to subscribe, I already did, and tells you a little bit about it. There's some ratings on it and gives you all the information that you need. You can choose your color, you can go ahead and order everything right through that site right there. Okay, and it talks about this effortless installation right on down the line, gives you all the descriptions of it. And this is another item that we have, the airboard board. We do not have the Edge. We have the old one. We have one of the very original ones. I'm going to cover that as well, maybe later in this video, as well as a new product that they just came out with that I'm going to show you in just a little bit. But I would recommend going and checking out their site if you have an Airstream. They have some really great products. They're a great company. They offer great customer service, and go check them out. Anyway, let's get back to putting this thing together. Now, our Big Red number is 5 numbers. So I'm going to set this down and show you what else is in here. I'm assuming the numbers are in here. So this is a solar light. Oh, perfect. And it's big enough on the front. It's kind of a translucent panel here. Solar panel across the top right there. They have their logo on here, airboardshops.com. Okay. And on the back, it has a auto button and it has an off button right here. So depending on how you push that, once it's charged, I guess auto, it comes on at dark and turns off at daylight, and it charges all day. So that's the setting we're going to leave it on when it's outside. Obviously, when we're storing it, it'll be in the off position. But pretty thin, doesn't weigh anything. So there's that component. Ah, nice template. So here's a template for 5 numbers. So that's going to fit right on there perfectly. Yes, it does. And give you an idea what that looks like. So 5 numbers will go on there. And it looks like they gave us a bunch of numbers here. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. There's the, oh, this is, they go 1 through 4 and then 5 through, or excuse me, 0 through 4 and 5 through 9. So you have 3 full sets, it looks like. So you should have plenty to do any combination of numbers that you need to do with a lot of extras in case you screw up, which I am prone to do. So bear with me as I go through this process. So comes in a nice little styrofoam carrier if you wanted to see how it's packaged. Again, I don't really do unboxings. This is a rarity for me. So that's what you get. I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit, fiddle with this thing, see if I can figure out how to put it together. So come along for the journey. I went ahead and cut out my numbers. Our big red number is 16227, and you're going to see that in a little bit. So what that comes from is our very first Airstream was a 16. So my clever wife came up with the concept of 16 to 27 because we now have a 27-foot Airstream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this thing up as best I can, and it's slightly bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to orient everything off of the bottom. So I have it pretty well in the center here. So I'm going to take some little dots of blue painter's tape and I'm going to secure the template. Just like that down the corners so that that can't move. And if you notice, some of these are not exactly perfectly straight, but it's going to be good enough for our needs here, I think. And we'll do the best that we can do with what we got to work with. I think I'm going to get a couple more pieces of tape and stretch these out nice and tight. So bear with me a minute while I go get that. As you can see, I have taped this thing down to where it's all my lines are nice and straight and the template is very secure. I don't know what we did before we had blue painter's tape, but that stuff's amazing. So I'm going to start with the number 1. I'll move this over here a little bit. And whenever I do any kind of sticker, excuse my fumbling fingers, whenever I do any kind of sticker, I like to start by just peeling back a little bit of it and not getting the whole sticker exposed. Just enough of the adhesive to where I can kind of get an idea where I'm going with it, where I want it. Line it up kind of in my template here. It looks reasonably straight, and then I'll start putting it down, and that actually looks pretty good. So we're going to start peeling that back and see what it looks like. And that's not too bad. So there's my first number, 1. We're going to repeat that process here with the 6 and then right on down the line. And if I get this one on nice and straight, I'll come back and do the rest, and we'll do that in our time lapse so that you don't have to bear with me going through this entire process. So I'm thinking that looks decent right there. So we're going to try that. Looks pretty straight. Okay, so let's start peeling that one off and see what we get. And I'm probably not the best camera angle for this. And it's an awkward number, the number 6. So, all right, we'll flip that around. Oh boy, it's really crooked. So we may be doing this one separately, or differently, I should say. All right, well, that did not work out very well. And there again, I think it's just because the 6 is just such an awkward number to work with. And I am going to cut another one out and come back. So I got another 6. Try it from the bottom this time. I'm going to go back to my old method of trying to get it secured before I start pressing things into place. And to me, just eyeballing it, that looks pretty good. I've got the template against the top like I did before, and we're going to set that right there so that's nice and level. And again, we're just going to start peeling off the backing, and hopefully this one peels up a little bit nicer. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of pressing it on underneath there as it goes up. I think this one's going to come out much better. Hey, when in doubt, go back to the old ways. All right, we're going to time lapse the rest of this and speed this process up for you. Okay, not bad. My one is really crooked, so I'm gonna redo the one. Let's see if I can salvage this one. If not, I have another one. I'll put that one on. I can already tell that this one is probably going to want to not come off very well, but you never know. We might be able to salvage it. We will see. Now, I did wipe the surface of this with isopropyl alcohol before I came back with the stickers, and I did not show that step. I apologize for that, but I did clean it with isopropyl alcohol and let it dry before I started applying these stickers. So I'm going to put this one, I think, about right here. Now it looks much better. And there you have it. Let me pull all this blue tape off. Get my template out of the way. I don't know that I would use this template. I think if I were doing this again, I might do it differently. I think I might make my own template and put some blue tape on here with some lines so that I know where I want to put each letter. But I wanted to do it with what came in the package, and hey, that came out really good. I'm really happy with that. Not bad for my first time doing it, and I only had to really replace one letter, the 6. I ruined that first one. That was on me. So I'm just going to let these kind of stick on here for a while, and there you go, 16227, 16227. We're going to stick this onto the backing now, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here's the light itself, and it has, like I said, on the back, this little button right here, that's a control button. And when you mount this device onto your trailer, it goes on with this bracket, and it just simply hangs over the side of the rock guard with this little channel. Got a little piece of rubber down here so that it rubs against the bottom. It doesn't make noise, and it's got these 3 pieces of Velcro. So this is the bottom. Excuse all the noise. So this goes on here like this, so that when it's hanging, you get that effect right there. Okay, so if I flip this thing around and I center this in the middle, unfortunately, it covers the button. I can't even reach in there and get to it. I have to come way over here to get to it. So I'd have to mount this on the side like this. So I'm assuming that that's why they put the Velcro on there, to allow you to take this off to turn it on and off. So I'm going to mount it in the center, and I'm going to see how that goes. If it becomes too much of a problem to unvelcro this and Velcro it back on, which I really don't think it will, then we'll change it and we'll mount it off to the side like this. But we're going to live with it for a while in the middle, see how it goes. All right, so let's get that going. Again, I didn't show this when I did the front, but just good old-fashioned isopropyl alcohol. I just happen to like to use these little prep pads, and I'm going to line this up kind of in the middle where it would go. Looks like they go right inside these little deals right here. So I'm going to wipe that down good. Get it nice and clean, let it evaporate. Again, wipe this down here where that one's going to hit. Let it evaporate. I'm going to hit it with another one just because I brought a couple of them out. Why not? Okay, give that a second to dry. Come back with a paper towel and just make sure that that is all the residue is off. Okay, like so. All right. We're going to peel the backing off of these. So I got the backing off, and I've got this piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to line it up as best I can in the middle, just like that. I'm just going to make sure it's up against the bottom nice and tight. We're going to drop it on there, and we're just going to press down for about 30 seconds here. And make sure that our Velcro has got plenty of time for that adhesive to grab onto that plastic back there. And I was just thinking about this. I might be able to take a hole saw, cut a hole in the back of that bracket big enough for my finger to fit through, and be able to activate that light. And that way I don't have to unvelcro it all the time. If I do make that modification, I'll let you know. We'll see how this goes for now. Okay, so that should be good. So that's what this looks like, all put together. Velcroed here and here. And I'm going to take it outside now and show you where it goes on the rig. So we're out in front of the trailer, got the Big Red Numbers on the solar light from Airboard Shops, and we're going to show you how easy it is to mount. This does have some little plastic coating on the back. I'm just going to leave it on there for now. I think it's just for packaging, but I'm going to leave it on there for protection. So that little channel simply slips over the front of the rock guard, just like that. And obviously it's not turned on because it's daytime, but we're going to let this charge throughout the day, and we're going to come back tonight and show you what it looks like. Cool thing about this is you can change the orientation however you like on this thing. And I'm thinking you could hang this in various other spots as well if you really wanted to. You could even put it up here on top of this lip, way up high if you wanted to, and get it up there. So they would actually sit up there. Now it's not super secure up there, but it sits up there pretty good. I might want to put a suction cup or something on it, putting a little bit more tension on it so it doesn't fall off, but it doesn't look bad up there. So versatility, Big Red Numbers displayed and backlit. See you in a few hours. Hey, so while I'm at it and I'm out here, I'm going to show you another product by Airboard Shops. And it's right in here inside my propane cover. So open this, and as you can see, I've got some chocks in here, I've got some gloves over there. So I'm going to start pulling stuff out of here and show you what's inside. So when you see that blue board right there, this is one of the originals they came out with metal. This is the Airstream blue. We continue to uncover it, and there's their logo right there. Swing that around so you can see it. And airboardshops.com. I love this thing. Now, this is unscripted, and it is dirty, it's filthy, got all the stuff on it, but I like it because you can see how much I took off. It's over the top of the propane tanks. I simply unscrew this little bolt here, or wing nut off of the bolt like that. take off these washers, and this whole thing just lifts out. Now that little adapter right there, I do have to take that little adapter out. It just unscrews, comes out, and take the propane tank covers out. Lift the covers off, change the tanks, come back, and just put it all back on. And when you're putting it back together, it's just a simple matter of lining this back up, putting your washers back on. And I do like to keep a rubber washer underneath there. I use the one from the hose, just a hose washer under there, just to give that a little bit of cushion. And just like that, it's reinstalled. Now, obviously, you have to go through and you have to fit it and you have to install it, but we love this thing. It's awesome. It allows us to keep a lot of stuff up here. I've kept hoses up here. I've kept all kinds of things up here. Right now, I'm just keeping my chocks up here because it's convenient and they're out of the way. But another great item from Airboard Shops. Check them out. So here's another little handy item from airboardshops.com. And this little guy right here, this is a light blocker. Now, I do have the lights off in here for a reason. You've got it kind of dim. If you've got an Airstream that has this style of battery disconnect, you know how bright it is and how much light it puts out when it's on at night. We used to put a pillow over it. I've tried putting tape over it. I've tried everything, and nothing is really convenient. Tape looks tacky. So when we found out about this thing, we bought one immediately and put it on, and it has been a game changer. You simply turn it, and it blocks the light, just like that. You can get in and reach and close it, turn it off, turn it, and it blocks the light. It blocks about 99% out of it. Fantastic product, super easy to install. There's a little piece of adhesive on the back. Clean it with some alcohol, stick it on, and you're done. Another great product from Airboard Shops. Okay, so we're outside. It's a very dark night, as you can see, and this is what they look like backlit. I think they look great, showing you a few different angles and different distances. Just to give you an idea, we do have our belly lights on. They are purple underneath there, and it really shows up great. I'm very happy with it. I think this can be a great addition to our rig, especially when we are at Airstream rallies and we're displaying those big red numbers. The solar light from Airboard Shop, definitely a good addition. So the Velcro on the back is really not a problem. All you simply do, pull it apart. You can get to the controls, no problem. Turn it on, turn it off. Simply stick it back together, put it back on, or store it when you're done. But this thing's great. Big red number solar light from airboardshop.com. We like it. It was easy to put together. We've had it out here for a couple of days now. Turns on at night, shuts off during the day. Runs most of the night, best we can tell. But we've really enjoyed it. And great addition to our rig. We think we're really going to enjoy it, especially when we're at rallies or campgrounds, you know, where we have a bunch of Airstreams around and we want to display our big red numbers. So definitely worth a look. Go check out airboardshop.com. Like I said, we're not sponsored by them. They're really good people, and they have a lot of good products for your Airstream. So hey, if you like the video, throw us a like, consider subscribing. Subscribing's free, helps us out a lot. And like always, we appreciate you watching and all your support. And remember, it's all about the journey.